So what's the hardest thing about employing people? Because I could rant about that forever.
It's finding the right people with the right attitude. That's it, basically.
It's always so tough, though, because everyone's brilliant in an interview. Everyone says the right stuff in interviews.
Actually, though, you do get a bit of a gut feeling, even if they're saying the right things, don't you? But some people don't trust their gut enough, like me and Charlotte. And it's the only problem with me is I want to give everyone a chance. Everyone.
Me too. I like employing. I love employing, and I hate firing, but that's not necessarily conducive.
We have to remember, take the emotion out of it and put your business head on. That's what me and Charlotte said earlier, and it is so true. I'm more feely and really want to help them, and I like to see the good in everyone. But I'm very quick to say the truth to the employees as well. And sometimes I'm a bit too direct, and then I have to ring them after and go, right, well, you know what I just said, right? I didn't mean it. And they're like, no, it's
what
fine.
I meant was.
Yes. Yeah.
I know it well, and you can, I can hear myself when talking to people, and I'm like, sweet, made my point. Now I'm just kind of being horrible about it. I know, that's not what I set out to do. It's not what I want to do. I love the people who work for me, but it's not a bad egg among them. Yeah. And then I have to go back afterwards and be like, hey, man, I was like going on and on about that. I actually said what I meant there, and the rest of it was kind of bullshit.
So you do the thing is, some people don't care enough to even go back and admit that. And that's the bit that will make you human and make you trustworthy, and they'll like the fact that you're happy to say sorry.
And also opens that line of being like, oh, okay, so they're allowed to come back and be like, hey, man, I didn't say that correctly. Yeah. So I could say that to him. Now we're talking. And you get that kind of open space
coming out on them. It's rubbing off.
And everyone's human.
Behave 100%. I've made so many mistakes, but I will own up to it, even if it's cringing me out. I'll go, yeah, oh God, if anyone knew about that one.
That was me.
Yeah.
Me too. I even remember, I was saying to this about someone the other day, but I remember watching an episode of something random, and they were talking about why the Fonz is cool, right? As in the Fonz from Happy Days. Yeah. And it was just because he doesn't care. Yeah. And I remember being like a young man, like 20-some, and being like, so the stuff I do is pretty cool then, if I think it's cool. And at that point, just the bullshit kind of fell away, and was able to be like, hey, I'm an idiot. I was late for work because I did this and I did that. Not like, I was late for work because there was these problems and stuff. And there was a flood and my dog ate my homework,
Yeah.
Just able to get into hey, I broke that. That was me.
Yeah.
Broke it twice. And everyone's like, wicked, I broke one of those before. And you're like,
yes. And then it's that reassurance that we're all human. That's why I'm so open and honest on videos, because we're all human. And I am thing is, Jay, I do these videos, but inside I'm being quite vulnerable, because I'm thinking, I know I'm opening up too much here, but so many people then comment and say, yes, this is how I feel. And it's the truth.
So that for me is so important, because a lot of what, we're a content creation company, so we're talking to different people all the time about getting themselves out there. And people come to us a lot to be like, hey, I want to be on social, but not with my face.
Okay.
And you're like, with
I think that also then or something.
We do podcasting. You can have a face for radio at GL Pro, because you can release something on audio. But no, I think it's just a lot of people who aren't necessarily the younger end of millennials and younger haven't had just phones at them their entire existence. And it's a relatively new thing, even though it's 20 years or I think iPhone came out in 2007. But it's, everyone's kind of dying inside. I hate this. I hate to watch these videos. I'm like, shut up, Jay, just let someone else talk. But as you said, you're really vulnerable and really honest and really genuine in your videos. How did you get to that point? Was that just from video day one, or have you kind of worked on it as time's gone on?
I think I just knew that I liked watching people do their videos on Instagram, and I just thought, you know what, why can't I do that? And it's so easy just to say. To me, it baffles me, because I started off my very first videos. You can tell I'm nervous and a bit scared of it, but I still did it. I cringe when I look like. I still went on about my day. I still went on about who I was, my beliefs, my thoughts that day on something. I've definitely grown confidence by doing it more and more, though.
Sure, and you get better at it as well.
You
Like,
do get
that's
better.
and that's the thing I've really had to keep going on about people. And it's hard for me because it sounds like I'm just trying to sell more video.
I know, but you
But
are right.
genuine. Yeah, and it's like anything. Like we were talking about the gym earlier, we're talking about business, we're talking about all these things. It's reps. Like repetition
Yeah.
makes you get better at something. And
Yeah.
when we started this video thing, it was called the Daily Show because I was doing it every day.
How long are you doing it for now then?
The live show has been 2 years now, coming up to 2 years since I was
It's a
accepted.
long time.
It is every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks.
You was like one of the first on LinkedIn then or something?
I was in the first couple of runs, I think, of like the UK lot of getting LinkedIn Live. And LinkedIn Live seems to be a weird one where people have given it to like not the biggest followers, right?
Yeah,
so
I know.
I know people with massive followers who are like, give me LinkedIn Live,
Yeah.
and they won't get it. So and it was really weird as well. I applied twice. Both times was like, nah, no thanks. You know, next time, Ludgrove.
People have got LinkedIn Live, then do nothing with it.
And that's the thing for us is part of the stuff was like, if you don't use it, kind of use it or lose it, essentially, some of the language was. So we were like, cool, how do we do this for a year? How do we do this for a year? Let's do it like twice a month. Okay, cool. In that case, we need 12 guests. Not bad. It's doable.
It? Yeah, it's exhausting. Like
it is, but everything, every part of it has got better and better with the repetitions. It's easier to say, like, you know, getting in touch with you and being like, hey, you want to be part of the show? Was horrible for the first 3 or 4.
Yeah, sure. And they're probably a bit like, oh, live.
What show? Where show? How is it? What's it like? I'm like, I don't know, man. It's going to be fun. Like,
Who was your first guest then? Anyone I know?
Who was the first guest? How embarrassing. Probably one of our people internally, but I think actually Mike Winnett might have been the first external guest. Mike Winnett or Andy Barden or maybe Mark Gaisford. We had some great guests early on.
Andy Barden's been on. He wanted me to shout out. He's not even watching, I don't think. Hi, Andy.
Twice. Hey, Andy. To keep it unconventional, baby.
Yeah.
We just bought, you know, you said about hoodies.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is it good?
Quality.
Such like, and I called him afterwards and was like, man, you don't have to, like, this is really nice.
Really
like, you don't
good.
have to go to that level. And he was like, yes, I do, because this is part of the whole thing. But it's part of the whole message. And I think what Andy really gets is that the outbound's great, but if the message doesn't all make sense and you're not talking about one thing, like, you know, as you do, right? You're genuine and it's about you. And it's, even if it's just you going blah and mind dumping, that's what the point is. That is the message, right? Because it's about where you're at. I love your content. Honestly, it's really refreshing to watch and fun, and it's accountancy. Right? I don't get to follow on anyone else who works in accountancy because it's all stuffy and boring, quite frankly.
Yeah, I know, and I do. That is the way the so what is it? Generation Z,
the Zoomers.
The Zoomers, they're coming up with the marketing for them will be all social media, be personality based. I think so. I'm glad I decided to do it that way, and it has brought in business. Helping others brings in business. It's not just me social media, it's me locally as well in the community. And I just think it's a very different approach, and I just think stuff it.
And it's fun, right? Like, you know, what worst way to spend 40 minutes chatting to someone awesome and having a giggle, and we've done a bunch of marketing on the back end as well, and you know, maybe even help some peeps. Certainly the comments seem to think we've helped some peeps. So Francesca, we try and keep this not too long, so you know everyone can do it while they're working and then get back and do some badass work and kick ass and take names. So if people want to follow you, if people want to find you out there, where can they find you?
They can find me on, so cringing it. Well, there's my name, Lot. That's me on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram, FranBella.84, Fran.Bella8, something like that. FranBella84, and Future Cloud is on Instagram as well and Facebook. Find me.
Right there, loud and proud. And honestly, guys, that you don't have to want to know about how to do this, you know, taxes and the dividend thing and stuff. Follow Fran, you find out yourself how fun it is. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. It's so cool to have you on. And Mr. John, take us to the bridge, sir. There it is, folks. folks, the Daily Show in all its glory. Francesca was clearly one of the best guests we've ever had. So nice, so wonderful. Guns for days, yeah. And if you want to follow her, as she said there, please check her out on LinkedIn, check her out on Instagram, follow the company page. All the content they release is a hell of a lot of fun. For those of you who have hung around this far, thank you, first and foremost. But from looking at analytics, and we like an analytic here at Jail Pro, we've seen that only about 40% of the people who watch these videos and listen to the podcast are subscribed. So do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps out the algorithm. It makes me smile. Geez, it even makes John smile. What more can we ask for on the Daily Show? So please hit like, hit subscribe. And if there's any guests that you want to have on the show and think it'd be fun me talking to, hit us up in any comments anywhere, and we'll try and get them and see if they want to be part of the show.